Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I really today wanted to help you all figure out your blush and eyeshadow game and show you the most important factor when applying blush and eyeshadow. Everything that you need to know about blush and eyeshadow will be in this video. If you're new to this channel, I've worked and still am in the makeup, skin and fragrance business for the last 20 years. I've worked in the retail, PR sectors, I've taught makeup for huge companies, worked in counters including Triaxis for brands, skin, makeup and fragrance, all in the same category. So stick around, darlings, and let's head straight into the most important factor when applying blush and eyeshadow. Cleanse the space. Excuse the husky voice, darlings. I have had no voice for almost 2 days due to our rather erratic spring weather. Erratic. So the sign number one that you're applying your blush or eyeshadow wrongly is when you have harsh lines. That is when you have a harsh line and it's not blended in, or it looks like a sort of streak. So it's just not soft, natural or glowy. The reason that is happening is you're using too stiff of a brush. Pretty simple. So when it comes to powders, if you have a brush that is too dense, it's going to pick up too much color and pack it on, and it's going to be too hard to blend out later on. Pretty simple. So for powder blush or eyeshadow powders, powder eyeshadows, where are they? I like using a brush that is less dense. The less dense, the better for powder blushes or eyeshadows, if that makes sense. So they apply less color and it diffuses a bit more. It's pretty complicated when you're hearing it, but it will all make sense in the end when I demonstrate. So when it comes to a denser brush, like this one, this works amazing for creams, cream foundations. This is a denser brush. As you can see, it's not pushing back softly, it's quite dense. So pick up your brushes and have a look. If it's dense, it's for a cream, because the density will hold up the creams better. So cream blushes, cream foundations, liquid foundations, dense brush. Less dense brushes, go with powders. More dense brushes, go with creams. This is a less dense brush, as you can see, that moves back quite easily. So that will be great for powders. The more dense your brush is, the more powder it picks up, and it will just give you too much color. You will get a very streaky and patchy blush, darlings. And sometimes creams just don't work with powder. So if you, for example, have had a cream foundation and a cream blush and you wanted to add a cream highlighter, do that, but do not add the highlighter in powder form, because you've started off with a cream foundation, you've added your cream blush, your highlighter will need to also be cream. The next most common mistakes with blush and eyeshadow that we make is we have the wrong color for our skin tone. If you have fair skin, you will need to be going for a lighter shade. And of course, deeper skin tones will need to be going for deeper and more pigmented shades. For warm skin tones, you want to wear blushes and eyeshadows in the warmer shades. So wear coral blushes, wear rusts, wear coppers, wear bright oranges, and anything that is cool tone is going to look better on a cool skin tone. So they're your pinks, your mauves, bubblegum pinks, anything cool and soft and pink. Now we can always pop our blushes by using the opposite skin tone color, darlings. There is not one golden rule. We can still rock it. I do it many times. I just go for the opposite skin tone that I have and just go with it. So it all comes down to skin tone. If we feel it's not right, we can always change that. So the easiest, best rule or action with blush is to use a slightly brighter blush, brighter than your own skin tone, within your skin tone. So say if you are a warm skin tone, use a slightly warmer or brighter copper, for example. So as a makeup artist throughout for 6 luxury brands, I know it to be the best to start on a brighter colored blush and softly diffuse it if you need. If you start bland and then you add brighter, a lot of migraines could happen, darlings, because it just starts a patch happening. We don't want that, do we? No, 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 no. And we'll be asking ourselves throughout our makeup routine, was that enough or too much? Was that enough or too much? So start off always with a brighter blush and then diffuse if you need, rather than start bland and add. Because don't forget, you will be adding those highlighters and you don't want to get it all muddled up. So let's start. We'll start with the liquid eyeshadows. Today, I'm going to use this Armani eye tint. Gorgeous. And because this is liquid, we are going to use the dense brush. So cream eyeshadow, dense brush. Because your brush can just hold a bit more. Very dense. Everything is getting out of focus. Everything shiny is grabbing the lens. Oh, here we go. See how that brush is catching everything and transferring. So if you used your soft brush, which is less dense, you won't be able to move that efficiently because it's too soft. You take about 3 or 4 minutes more And of course, you will create smudges. The dense brush for cream eyeshadows. Dense, very hard. So we're continuing the eyeshadow and the brushes, going with different eyeshadow, creams and powder eyeshadows. Now we've done the cream eyeshadow in the dense brush. Let's just call it hard and soft brushes. So hard brush and soft brush. That makes it more easier to remember. That's a soft eyeshadow brush, which I love. I love this little gorgeous thing. This is a soft brush, therefore it is for powder eyeshadows. Let's just dip into this green, shall we? Because it's just screaming out my name. Eyeshadow in powder form with a soft brush. Another eyeshadow with another soft brush. See how easily that works into your skin because it is a softer brush and it will collect less shadow. Once again, soft shadow or soft brush with eyeshadow. I love this look of nature. You know, I have this amazing love affair with nature, darlings. All those beautiful ingredients, the beautiful contradiction. And before we head off into the blush part of the video, I just wanted to say what's important about a beauty counter. What's important about a beauty counter is the feel, not the look. It is the feel. It is where you can be yourself to find what's best for you. So number one, the feel or environment. Number two, the service. And number three, the product. The feel is always number one at a beauty counter. It is where you can feel happy, content, and be yourself. So let's head after a little short water break. We're going to come back and do the blush. Blush, blush, blush. So darlings, although I am a professional and know all my brushes from head to toe, and I have about 20 more other brushes, I'm still a Gen X. And Gen Xers don't really like to conform. Sometimes we like to do things like that. Remember what I said? Start off bright, darlings, and then softly diffuse if you need. This is powder, soft diffusing. powder, soft brush. What else? What else shall I show you? We don't have to follow all the rules all the time, darlings, even though we know how to. Pop some hot pink onto that. See what I mean? This is a discontinued soft brush, blush brush. Camera's not doing it justice, darlings, but we're getting there. I like this one. This is a warm skin tone blush. Cool skin tone blush. Barely noticeable. Let's go back to her. I like her. So there you have it, darlings. Soft brushes for powders, hard brushes for creams. And that goes for your eyeshadows and also your blushes. Soft brushes for powders, hard brushes for creams. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. What else? Oh, let's try the lipstick. Now that is a cream. And of course, we absolutely have lost a brush. We could absolutely use a hard brush for the lipstick. See? Whenever you want to use a brush for applying lipstick, darlings, make sure it's a nice, firm, hard brush, because it is a cream. I could do this all night, but Lady Alchemy needs her beauty sleep. Until the next video, darlings, have a lovely week. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.